One thing that I'm wondering is, why do I have to follow Brandon Boyd? It's a hard shoes to follow there. So thanks for having me up here, guys. If it wasn't for my team, I definitely wouldn't be up here today. And I know there's a lot of qualified leaders in this room that could definitely be up here today. So I'm very grateful to be up here, and we're having a good time. This is awesome. So real quick, I want to give you guys my background, because I feel like this will kind of play into what I'm going to talk about right now. And I got started in this business about 4 years ago. When I got started, I used to be very shy and introverted. Kind of a different person up here today, but because of that, and through this business, I've been able to develop as a person. But my friend called me one day about 4 years ago. I was kind of looking for the next step in my life. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. Just graduated high school. All my friends were heading off to college. And I grew up thinking I was going to be a professional golfer like my dad. Just didn't really have a path, but kind of just figured out that only a small percentage of people actually made it to the PGA Tour and made a lot of money. So I knew that I wanted to be successful. I knew that I wanted to make a lot of money. I just didn't necessarily know how I was going to get there. So my friend called me. He's like, dude, I want you to come be this very successful entrepreneur. I was like, okay, that's kind of a random phone call, but I guess I will, right? So he came and picked me up in his car the next day, brought me up to this guy's house. Very beautiful house up on the hill here in Utah. And I met this guy. I met my mentor. Come to find out, he was 34 years old, had made his first $1 million when he was 21. And he basically said, give me a couple years of your life, and if you do what I say, I'll help you be successful. So that absolutely changed my life. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't even know what network marketing was at the time. But I knew that this would get me to the place that I wanted to be. I absolutely fell in love with the concept. I remember as I was getting started, I didn't have too many results when I first got started. And that's because I wasn't able to communicate properly. So what I did is I started reading good personal development books. We're big on personal development. So I read Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, all these different books to get myself in the right mindset to help myself grow. And then I also went out and got a sales job. That pushed me a lot to be able to go out there and communicate with people. And I feel like communication is huge when you're getting someone started in this business. Setting expectations is the first thing when you're getting someone started. When I sponsor someone in this business, I say, this is a friendship. We're going to link arms and we're going to do this together. I'm not going to give you any handouts. I'm going to give you a hand up in this business, because we're here to do this together. So setting that expectation. The next step is in what you're going to tell them is like, hey, I'm going to get you to a place of leadership, because this business is about duplication. It's not about what works for you. It's about duplicating yourself. And what that really means is creating other leaders. You help them develop their story. And in a sense, you want to help them become independent from you. Not to say that you're going to get them to a place of leadership and then just say, hey, you're good. Thanks for your leadership and everything like that. You're going to take them and empower them to become better. You're going to help them develop their story. You're going to help them learn the business. You're going to help them to know that they can do this. And so that's so important, knowing that. The next step is learning about third-party credibility. Because third-party credibility in this business is vital. If you want to have success, you have to use third-party. When we're getting someone involved and you're teaching your newest person to go and introduce someone to the business, you have to let them know that they have to introduce them, or get them basically to a third-party tool or a third-party person. And what we want to help them do is become the third party, right? That's what we do. We help them develop their story, become the third party. And so how you do that, and how you introduce someone to the third party, is through something called edification. And this is kind of a basic thing in network marketing, multi-level marketing, in this profession, but edification is key. Because it's kind of hard when you get the newest person on the phone, they just don't really know what they're doing. Say you're doing a three-way call, right? Say, hey, Jared gets me on the phone with a new person. Jared says, hey, Colby, I got John on the phone. John, this is Colby. Colby, take it away. Like the person's like, okay, that's cool. Who am I talking to, right? And it's just kind of awkward. So we build this business, like all these guys are saying, through three-way calls, through two-on-one meetings, Skype calls, Uber calls, all this stuff. So edification is key when it comes to this. So you have Jared on the phone. Jared gets me on the phone with someone. He positions me like I'm the expert, and that's all edification is you're edifying the person that's on the phone as the expert, so the guest or the prospect looking at the business knows who they're talking to. So, say for example, I'm going to get my prospect on the phone with Brian Robert. I say, hey, Jared, this is my mentor, Brian Robert. I've known him for the past 4 years. He's had a lot of success in this industry. He's been in the industry for 21 years now. He's made millions of dollars. He's the expert here. I'm going to pass the phone over to him so he can tell you about what we're doing here. So that person knows that they're talking to an expert and they're excited to hear from that person. It's so key. So when you're sitting down and doing meetings, the highest paid skill in this profession is getting people butts in chairs, right? Getting people to meetings. Because that's all this is. And I want to quickly talk about being a connector versus a presenter. When you're showing someone the business, this isn't just one-on-one. You got to use the third party. So you got to use the PS3 system like Julian was talking about. And what I tell my people is like, hey, you're the connector. You're not the presenter. Because I had to learn the hard way. I remember when I first got involved, I was sitting in the chair up at Mandy's house. She was trying to coach me through this. She's like, Colby, let's just make 2 calls. Like, I know it's hard for you, but come on. She's like pushing me because I was just scared of doing it. And so what I learned, I burned through a lot of contacts and things like that on my warm market. But what I learned is that I needed to just be the connector for this business, not the presenter. I was almost throwing up on my prospects, metaphorically. And so when you sit there and you say, hey, I've got this amazing opportunity. It's called Wake Up Now. I got this tax bot application. It's amazing. I've been saving thousands of dollars on my taxes. We're going to go introduce this to people, and we're going to get people involved. It's almost like a referral thing, and kind of like Costco. It's got all these benefits and everything like that. You're totally turning your prospects off. You're like, okay, I'm good. Like, good luck with that, right? What you want to do is you just want to use the PS3 system. You want to simply pique their interest and invite them to take a look at what this is. You want to help them see the big picture. It's just like if you're going to go talk to your friend about a movie. You're just going to tell them kind of the brief teaser. And my good friend Peyton just got involved with me, and this is such a good example. He's excited about the opportunity, and literally, you don't need to know anything about Wake Up Now to introduce someone to the opportunity. You don't want to give them any details, because if you give them any details over the phone, they're going to start to ask questions. So literally, call up your friend and say, hey, I got this opportunity I'm very excited about, something that I just got started with. I'm about to send you a link, and I just want to see if this is something you're interested in. If you see anything in there that interests you at all, give me a call back, or even better yet, I'm going to give you a call in about 10 minutes from now, and we'll talk about this more. I'm working with some really amazing people. I'm working with my good friend Jared. Jared hasn't had a job in 4 years. He's having a lot of success in this business. I just want to connect you guys. I think you'd have a lot in common. That's it. That's how you are going to introduce someone to the business. You're going to share the video with them, connect them on a 3-way call with someone that you're working with. So you guys, you got to keep this simple. We build this business through events. This is, no matter how you market Wake Up Now, you have to build a relationship. And through meetings, through 3-way calls, in person, that's how we built this business. So guys, that's about it. That's all I got. Thank you for having me up here.